Good morning, students. Do you love pet animals? Today we have with us Ruskin Bond, who will tell about a parrot that wouldn't talk. Ruskin Bond is a well-known Indian author of children's books who was born in 1934 in Kasoli, and he has spent most of his life in the lap of Himalayas. Now, let's watch his story, The Parrot Who Wouldn't Talk.
The Parrot Who Wouldn't Talk by Ruskin Bond.
You are no beauty. Can't talk, can't sing, can't dance.
With these words, Aunt Ruby would taunt the unfortunate parakeet who glared morosely at everyone from his ornamental cage at one end of the long veranda of Granny's bungalow in North India. In those distant days, almost everyone, Indian or European, kept a pet parrot or parakeet or lovebird, as some of the smaller ones were called. Sometimes these birds became great talkers, or rather mimics, and would learn to recite entire mantras or admonitions to the children of the house, such as
Paro beta, paro.
or, for the benefit of boys like me,
Don't be greedy, don't be greedy.
but our parrot refused to talk. He'd been bought by Aunt Ruby from a bird catcher who'd visited all the houses on our road selling caged birds ranging from colorful budgerigars to chirpy little munias and even common sparrows that had been dabbed with paint and passed off as some exotic species. Neither Granny nor Grandfather were keen on keeping caged birds as pets, but Aunt Ruby threatened to throw a tantrum if she did not get her way, and Aunt Ruby's tantrums were dreadful to behold. Anyway, she insisted on keeping the parrot and teaching it to talk, but the bird took an instant dislike to my aunt and resisted all her blandishments.
Kiss, kiss.
Aunt Ruby would coo, putting her face close to the bars of the cage, but the parrot would back away, its beady little eyes getting even smaller with anger at the prospect of being kissed by Aunt Ruby. And on one occasion, it lunged forward without warning and knocked my aunt's spectacles off her nose. After that, Aunt Ruby gave up her endearments and became quite hostile towards the poor bird, making faces at it and calling out,
Can't talk, can't sing, can't dance.
and other nasty comments. It fell upon me, then 10 years old, to feed the parrot, and it seemed quite happy to receive green chilies and ripe tomatoes from my hands, these delicacies being supplemented by slices of mango, for it was then the mango season. This also gave me an opportunity to consume a couple of mangoes while feeding the parrot. One afternoon, while everyone was indoors enjoying a siesta, I gave the parrot its lunch and then deliberately left the cage door open. Seconds later, the bird was winging its way to the freedom of the mango orchard. At the same time, Grandfather came to the veranda and remarked,
I see your aunt's parrot has escaped.
The door was quite loose.
I said with a shrug.
Well, I don't suppose we'll see it again.
Aunt Ruby was upset at first and threatened to buy another bird. We put her off by promising to buy her a bowl of goldfish.
But goldfish don't talk.
She protested,
Well, neither did your bird.
said Grandfather.
So we'll get you a gramophone. You can listen to Clara cluck all day. They say she sings like a nightingale.
I thought we'd never see the parrot again, but it probably missed its green chilies, because a few days later, I found the bird sitting on the veranda railing, looking expectantly at me with its head cocked to one side. Unselfishly, I gave the parrot half of my mango. While the bird was enjoying the mango, Aunt Ruby emerged from her room and, with a cry of surprise, called out,
Look, it's my parrot. It has come back. He must have missed me.
With a loud squawk, the parrot flew out of her reach and perching on the nearest rose bush, glared at her and shrieked in my aunt's familiar tone.
You're no beauty. Can't talk, can't sing, can't dance.
Aunt Ruby went ruby red and dashed indoors. But that wasn't the end of the affair. The parrot became a frequent visitor to the garden and veranda. And whenever it saw Aunt Ruby, it would call out,
You're no beauty. You're no beauty. Can't talk, can't sing, can't dance.
The parrot had learned to talk after all.
Now students, all of you be good children and now attempt the question and answers reference to context. Make adjective from these nouns by adding suitable suffix. Then you have fill in the blanks with the correct pronouns and fill in the blanks with the correct possessive pronouns. Then you have fill in the blanks with this, that, these or those, and completing the summary with the help of the words given in the magic box. And last is the word bank, and please learn all this work.